Hi, Boo. Are you ready to talk to everybody? Yeah, this podcast is about the partner, and it's about you doubting yourself. And I don't want you to doubt yourself. And so much of what you've experienced has resulted in you not believing your own intuition. And if you listened to my podcast before, you know that I say trust your head, right, Boo? Trust your heart, right, Boo? And trust your gut. And your gut is your knowing. So I'm going to ask you to do all three of those things. But more importantly, you're going to have feelings about, is this really a sexual addiction? Come on, is this just him acting out, being crazy? And I got to tell you, yes, it is about a sexual addiction. I am a sexual addiction specialist. And he wouldn't do this to you. He wouldn't do this to your family. He wouldn't do this to himself if it weren't a compulsion that he couldn't control. So that's the good news and the bad news. If he's willing to get some help and to go to a certified sexual addictions therapist, then I got to say he's on the right track. And it's the weirdest thing. Women who have experienced infidelity kick them out and say, sorry about your luck. But women who are with men that have experienced compulsivity usually hang in there because they get that it's an addiction. Now, at any point, if you decide you want to leave, I absolutely get it, and I would support you in that. But what I know to be true is oftentimes a woman doesn't want to change her lifestyle. She doesn't want to lose half her income. She doesn't want to lose her home. She doesn't want to separate the family. And because this is not just a man acting badly, this is an addiction, that man can find the recovery tools necessary to make it better. So that's what I promise you to be true. That if you hang in there, and if you notice that he's doing a really good job with following through with the recovery tools, then it's worth saving. It's at least worth putting in some time to see if it's worth the save. Now, I had a woman who came in this week, and she's not like, well, she's like many other women. She said to me, how do I know this is really a sexual addiction? I mean, I don't know that I believe that. She said, I did believe it, but now I think, oh, am I just being swayed by me, the specialist, by him, because he says this is compulsive. I can't stop without a whole regimen of treatment. And I would never, ever mislead you. I would never want you to go through something that I didn't think was possible. And at the same time, I want you to do your own investigation. Please read 2 books that I absolutely believe are crucial to helping you understand the addiction. One is Mending the Shattered Heart by Stephanie Carnes. The other is My Sexually Addicted Spouse by Barbara Steffens and Marsha Means. They go into the absurdity, the craziness of what a sex addict has to go through. And it's ugly, but it makes some sense because you know your husband or wife. You know what they're capable of. You know what they were like when they married you, unless that sexual addiction occurred way before. Then you really didn't know. You never knew that person, and you're taking a chance on knowing him now, or her. I don't mean to intimate that sex addiction is only for men, but for most of the people that look at my YouTubes, it is a male-female situation. The male's the addict, the female is the partner. Now, that's one of the most common questions I get after somebody has been working for a while. Maybe they've even been through the disclosure. They've had the polygraph test. And there's something inside of them that continues to doubt the reality. I don't blame you. Your whole reality was a farce. And that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the fact that your whole reality is not true. And so, again, I want you to know I don't blame you for wondering about the sexual addiction. The other major thing that happens is you wonder if they really love you. And yes, they do. However, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if they're not honest, if they don't work the recovery, if they try to make you feel crazy, if they don't reassure you, if they don't validate your experience, and if they can't empathize, then they got a lot of work to do, because you deserve to be with somebody who can do that stuff. If your partner who's a sex addict can't empathize with you and can't put himself in your shoes now that he's come clean, he is not working with somebody who should help him with that. And the relationship won't get better until you set some boundaries. And those boundaries are, you know what? You're not working hard enough on your tools. I'm going to go stay with my mom. I'll see you later. Or, you know what? You're not working hard enough on the recovery tools, and I want you out of here. Go find a buddy. Go live with him. And I'm going to make my own life and see what I think of it. You see, oftentimes with any addiction, there needs to be a bottom line. So truly, if you're having trouble deciding, should I take that next step and create a boundary that keeps me safe and also says to him, your behavior is unacceptable, I want you to know you're doing the right thing. Now, here's what I know to be true. The addicts I work with, by the time they get to me, they really want to change. But in the meantime, until you can feel like he's really working hard, you have every right to create boundaries that keep yourself safe, because safety and stabilization are the most important things for you right now. You can't grieve, you can't deal with the loss, you can't deal with your own questioning until you feel safe. And that's what I want for you. So, I'm Carol the Coach. I wanted you to know that you're not alone in this. You can email me at carol@carolthecoach.com. And we can work on this together. You can go to appsats.org, which is the only partner training program that teaches clinicians and coaches how to work with partners. You know, we have to know about trauma because you've just been through it. And we also have to know about those things that are going to help build you up, make you strong, and help you to get through the situation, whether you stay with them or you don't. Now, if you're a sex addict and you're watching this, it may seem like I'm against you, and I'm not. I want that partner to be the strongest person in the world. She deserves that. She needs to know that she matters, and her reality is important to herself and to you. And I promise you, if you work on empathy, validation, reassurance, and your own recovery tools, you're on the right road to making it right whether she stays with you or not. All right, if you have more questions, like I said, you can email me at carol@carolthecoach.com. You can listen to my internet radio show, Sex Help with carolthecoach.com, or you can go to my website, sexhelpwithcarolthecoach.com. I'm glad you found me here. I think YouTube is the best. You get a flavor for what I have to offer, who I am, and what you can be if you work the steps. And I'm sorry you have to work them, but you know what? I'm a believer in whatever we face, We have to go, how can I grow stronger? What do I need to learn? And then learn it so that you're done with it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.